Economics. Economics is a social science concerned with the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. It studies how individuals, businesses, governments, and nations make choices about how to allocate resources. Economics focuses on the actions of human beings based on assumptions that humans act with rational behavior, seeking the most optimal level of benefit or utility. The building blocks of economics are the studies of labor and trade. Since there are many possible applications of human labor and many different ways to acquire resources, it is the task of economics to determine which methods yield the best results. Economics can generally be broken down into macroeconomics, which concentrates on the behavior of the economy as a whole, and microeconomics, which focuses on the individual people and businesses. The role of environmental economists. Environmental economists research the economics of environmental issues such as renewable energy use, construction of new hydroelectric power plants or transnational pipelines, and pollution control measures. They may conduct cost-benefit analysis of industrial activities or propose regulations involving natural resources, usually using a suite of advanced statistical and compute software programs. They may also run sophisticated environmental modeling programs. Based on these analyses, they may develop cost-effective and sustainable policy recommendations and communicate them to policymakers through reports and representations. Environmental economists may study or develop policy recommendations relating to externalities or unintentional effects of the environment or human health resulting from economic activity. Permit trading, also referred to cap and trade. This approach was successfully used to address acid rain in the 1990s. It's also been proposed as a policy to address release of the greenhouse gases that cause global warming. Cost-benefit analysis of environmental regulation. The economics of biofuels, waste management, land cleanup, and other environmental technologies and industries. Lastly, valuation, which aims to assign dollar values to natural resources. Valuation also deals with nature-provided ecosystems or ecosystem services such as erosion prevention by trees of water filtering by plants. Environmental policy. Environmental policy has gradually evolved since the late 1960s, whereas the earlier efforts addressed distinct issues such as pollution of air and water in the national context and among international neighbors. More recent concerns such as the greenhouse effect, the destruction of ozone layer, and the loss of biodiversity transcend national boundaries and require a broad international response. New principles and methods of environmental protection here slowly emerged, emphasizing internal aliyah, the need for prevention of damage and cost-effectiveness of environmental programs. On the international level, the key challenge today in the ongoing search for a workable and effective consensus on the meaning of sustainable development, which reflects the realities both in the industrialized and in developing states. Environmental policy is primarily concerned with how best to govern the relationship between humans and the natural environment for the benefit of both. Traditionally, environmental policy has been defined in terms of the problems it addressed, such as controlling pollution, limiting the loss of natural habitats, managing waste such as sewage and litter, and reducing the impact of natural hazards such as flooding. However, since the 1970s, policymakers have begun to appreciate that environmental policy will only be genuinely successful when it is sensitively integrated with the main sectors of the society. Nowadays, the emerging orthodox is that environmental thinking needs to be permanently and sensitively integrated into areas of policy that have been regarded traditionally as non-environmental, such as agriculture, transport, and energy. Politically speaking, environmental policy integration represents a new and potentially difficult stage in the continuing metamorphosis of environmental policy into sustainable human development. Sustainability. Sustainability is a broad discipline, giving students and graduates insight into most aspects of the human world, from businesses to technology, environment, and the social sciences. The core skills with which a graduate leaves college or university are highly sought after, especially in a modern world looking to drastically reduce carbon emissions and discover and develop the technologies of the future. Sustainability draws on politics, economics, and philosophy and other social sciences as well as the hard sciences. Sustainability skills and environmental awareness is a priority in many corporate jobs at graduate level and overseas over as business seek to adhere to new legislation. Therefore, sustainability graduates will go into many fields but most commonly civic, planning, environmental, consultancy, agriculture, not-for-profit, corporate strategies, health assessment and planning, and even into law and decision making. Entry-level jobs are growing and over the coming years, bachelor graduates can expect more and more options and opportunities. Sustainability is one of the newest degree subjects that attempts to bridge social science with civic engineering and environmental science with the technology of the future. When we hear the word sustainability, we tend to think of renewable fuel sources, reducing carbon emissions, protecting environments, and the way of keeping the delicate ecosystem of our planet in balance. In short, sustainability looks to protect our natural environment, human and ecological health, while driving innovation and not compromising our way of life. Because of this growing requirement, a master's will not necessarily be required for most jobs as bachelor programs. Prepares people for career sustainability. Environmental sustainability. Environmental sustainability aims to improve human welfare through the protection of natural capital, example land, air, water, and minerals. Initiatives and programs are defined environmentally sustainable when they ensure the needs of the population are met without the risk of compromising the needs of future generations. Environmental sustainability, as described by Donfey, Benvenci, Griffiths, and Sutton in the year 2000, it is a place's emphasis on how business can achieve positive economic outcomes without doing any environmentally sustainable. Business seeks to integrate all four sustainability pillars, and to reach this aim, each one needs to be treated equally. I hope all individuals could be an eco warrior to help save the environment